Hello, everybody. Today we're here and we're going to be talking about the current scenario when there is a lot of anxiety, depression, and self hate in everybody's hearts. And we have Dinesh Bhaiya here with us. Uh, it's very difficult to talk about him in words, but uh, he's a life coach, he's an art of living teacher, he's a big inspiration for all of us, and he's empowered thousands of lives, especially youth lives, through yoga, meditation, and self talks. So, over to you, Bhaiya. And also, we're going to be asking questions to Bhaiya, and we hope these answers and these suggestions and these lessons help each one of us during this difficult time.
So good. Can we have a little round of introduction before we go ahead? Yes, maybe starting with Avi.
Jai Gurudev. Hi, I'm Avi Patel. I'm the 17-year-old student, and I aspire to be an osteopath.
Okay, wonderful.
Hi, my name is Nikhar. I'm 19 years old and I'm a dancer and a yoga teacher, but I aspire to become a craniosacral therapist.
Wonderful.
Hi, my name's Chahat Dhillon and I'm 18 years old. I'm studying law. I'm in my first year and I'm not too sure of what I aspire to be yet.
But you're also a sportswoman.
Yeah, I also run. I'm an athlete. And yeah, probably that way I hope to run in the Olympics someday.
Great. We'll be rooting for you. Yes. Jasleen.
Hi, I'm Jasleen. I'm working as a application analyst in US-based company Bechtel, and I love to mimic people around. And I am a national level swimmer also.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. And Dr. Sanket.
Myself, Dr. Sanket Agrawal. I am an osteopath and a pediatrician and an art of living faculty based at Akola. And I love to take courses, and whenever I get time, I like to spend it around with Bhaiya and Baba. It's the best thing to do.
Good. Yeah. I also love to spend time with all of you. Good company is always welcome. Yes. Next. Arushi.
Hi, I'm Arushi, and I'm 22 years old. I'm a fashion student, and I aspire to become a stylist. But I also want to become a healer and be of some help to everybody around me.
Great. So, who would like to start first?
Yeah, I wanted to ask, like being in a medical field, like there is so much stress, right? Not only the way we have to manage patients, but also how we have to manage the relationship, the family issues, right? And also in my life, I have faced this kind of issues. वो कहते हैं ना जब मुसीबत आती है तो चारों तरफ से एक साथ आती है, तो कभी भी कुछ सही समय पे नहीं हो पाता. उस समय कुछ जो थोड़ा बहुत ज्ञान होता है या थोड़ा बहुत नॉलेज होता है, it is very difficult to find a balance at that point of time. It sometimes shakes from within. अंदर से ऐसा लगता है कि I would not be able to overcome it. What is your advice which can help to overcome this kind of time? जब ऐसा लगे कि नहीं वो फंस ही गए हैं पूरा सब तरफ से.
Yes. तो देखो कई बार हमको पता है क्या करना है फिर भी नहीं कर पाते. ये नोटिस किया है? Many times we know exactly what to do, but we are not able to do it. That's because the energy, the prana shakti inside us is little low. Then we can't respond to a situation better. So first and foremost, the fundamental thing to do is keep our energy levels high. And unfortunately, as doctors, in the medical profession, there is so much to do that you get bogged down. When you're studying, you get bogged down with the pressures of study. When we have conducted programs in medical colleges, their halat is the worst. You know, even engineers, architects and all will be able to do like 20 Surya Namaskars, although huffing and puffing, but doctors will not be able to push themselves beyond 6. Yeah, because yes, they don't take care of their health. The fact of the matter is that. Or if something goes wrong, they know we just have to pop a pill and that's it, that'll be fine. Do you see that? Another thing that happens is once you start interacting with patients, you know, then there is something called the secondary trauma that comes over you, isn't it? Yeah. Being with people whose mindset, you know, they are anxious and afraid. Oh, I'm having this problem. I don't know, this will escalate into something bigger, or I don't know how much money it will take. All that mental state, because you are interacting with them, it sort of affects you as well. Do you see that? Yeah.
Yes.
Do you see that happening? So what we need to do again, little bit of meditation, some breathing practices, pranayam, can really shield you from these negative influences. In fact, you become so stronger that you can affect others. You know, you can influence others. Many a times when I conduct programs in companies, they say the worst job of an HR manager is to tell somebody that you're going to be fired. You know, because that person's whole like foundation is sort of shaken. Don't know how they will take care of their families, all that. But even worse than that is the doctor's job, as you said. You know, when you have to tell somebody, oh, you have, God forbid, cancer or something, you know, you have only 6 months to live, or something happens like that. That is the worst thing. And the beauty is, one doctor did a course with me long time back. And he said, before the Art of Living program, I used to treat symptoms. He said, now, after the Art of Living, I am treating patients.
Wow.
Nurses used to tell that हम लोग बोलते थे अरे वो डायबिटीज वाला उस बेड पे है, अरे वो हार्ट प्रॉब्लम वाला वहां पे है ना? So we identify people with the symptoms of their problem. He said after meditating for some time, you know, that whole shift happened. I started looking at people as human beings, and that whole you know, conversation changed and the whole dynamics changed. And that is what is required even in the medical profession. So if all doctors, nurses, if they can take 15-20 minutes and meditate daily, they connect back to the source of their energy, of the love and caring nature that they truly are. Yeah, what do you think?
Yes, Priya. Very true. Like, we usually say this like depressed, na? Very deeply there is something which has pressed us inside. So it is very difficult. As we have mentioned, this will be a very important tool which will help as a guiding light and to overcome and handle these things in a more better way.
Right. Very true. Yes.
Bhaiya, a small continuum of the question that you said ke, you know, pranayama is, you know, advised in this situation, but sometimes it is like pran level is so low that we tell them okay you do, but they are so stubborn because of, you know, the mindset that they have, and also the low prana energy doesn't allow them to do pranayamas. So how can we, you know, change the whole mindset that they sit and do pranayamas?
You are absolutely right, Avi. When you're feeling low, then first of all, you don't want to do anything. Yeah. Secondly, if you want to do something, it is things that will again pull you down even more, isn't it? You want to listen to music. What kind of songs you want to hear when you're sad? All the Devdas songs and all the sad things, isn't it? If you had a breakup, now you don't want to listen to like peppy music, isn't it? Who do you want to call and talk to? Those people who will, you know, sympathize with you and say, okay, Baba, nahi, theek hai, ye ho raha hai, kya kare, duniya aisi hai, Kaliyug aa gaya hai. So that same thing, conversation happens around us outside if we call someone, or inside our head. So what to do? The simplest thing someone can do is, let's say on their phone or their computers, you can have a happy music wala playlist. ठीक है, the simplest thing. You want to listen? चलो अभी कुछ नहीं करना है, बस लेटे रहना है, चलो वो लगा दो तुम. Something that will lift your spirits up. Or have on your quick dial, fast dial जो भी होता है, someone who can listen to you without any judgments. You know, who you love talking to, who can take your call and just hear you out. ऐसे कुछ लोग अपने phone book पे होने चाहिए. You know, because our mind, it is said on our programs, the Sahaj Samadhi meditation, we say our mind is affected by three things. One is the food that we eat, the company that we keep, and the place that we frequent. Have you noticed this? You go to a playground, you know, or a garden, or next to a river or the ocean, how the whole spirits lift up. Have you noticed that? In
Yes.
fact, if anybody has stress, that is the best thing that you can do is go sit next to flowing water. Flowing water has this energy or the ability to take away all your stress. That's why people who want to commit suicide, jumping into a river or an ocean, they go there and then something shifts. There is a shift in the mind. They don't do it. Yeah. The place makes a difference. The people whom you are sitting with. If you are sitting with people who are always complaining, what happens? Your mind will also unconsciously go into the complain mode. Yeah. And the third is the food that we eat. So good food, that which brings prana, positive energy, yeah, light to digest, that will keep your body also energetic and strong and mind also happier. We say, no, jaise an, waise man. So how the food is, that's how the mood of the mind is. So little attention to this. Then what happens? It is a preventive action. So that state of like total depression or going down, that does not come up. All right? Yes, Nikhar.
So now it's become like a very common thing, you know, when you're going out or something and someone's asking you, how are you? It's very common to say, oh, I'm so depressed, you know, without really knowing the meaning of being depressed. For example, like, you know, even if you're upset about something small, like it's totally okay. People go like, oh, I'm so depressed. But so how do you know when you're actually going down that road, or how do you know when to take someone seriously when they're saying, oh, they're depressed, to know if they're just going through a seasonal shift or a clinical or an actual problem, an issue?
Oh, I didn't know this was how people said.
Yeah, it's on social media also all the time, you know, it's a common thing now.
Right. But that brings up one more truth, you know, how the mechanism works. So first it comes into the consciousness, then into the conversation, and then into conduct. So that little bit of sadness inside. Now, if the conversation you keep, oh, I'm depressed, I'm sad, I'm low, I'm down, then what happens from that conversation? It gets into the conduct. The whole biophysiology, the whole physiology of the body changes. When you say, I'm sad, then what happens? Those certain neurons get triggered, the brain will pump those particular hormones in the body, the cortisol levels will rise, yeah, and then that sort of a feedback will continue. So it's like a downward spiral we're going to. So first and foremost, we need to change our language also, the words that we use. You know, if somebody asks you, how are you? Doesn't matter how you feel. Just say, fantastic. You will see something will shift inside. Yeah. Of course, the person who is asking you that, he or she will also be shocked. What did you say? Is that allowed? You are allowed to be fantastic. Yeah. Otherwise, now we go into that, how are you? I don't know. How are you? Not bad. And sometimes we make even the negative words very glamorous. He is so wicked, savage, rubbish. These are supposed to be good words. One more thing somebody says, you know, if somebody did something good, oh, he killed it. Okay. So as a aware person, we need to be conscious of what's happening around. You will get it from not just from their words, but also from their energy, from their vibes. If this person vibes, sorry, not wives, vibes, if that person is feeling low or down, reach out to them and see what can be done. And that is very important nowadays. That is a big problem. People are feeling lonely. I read this statistic somewhere which said that in year 1998 or about 2000, when they asked how many friends do you have, close friends, the average was, this was a study in the US, average was 6 people. By the 2007, when they did the same research, they said 3 people. And I think it has gone down to 1 person. We need to have a good group around us. We say satsang, good company, that which uplifts you. That is important. Yes, Justin.
Like in a distance relationship, it's not like girlfriend-boyfriend relationship. Maybe it's a parent and son relationship, and you are at a distance. Like one is in India and another one is in US, and they both are connected to each other, and they feel insecure that what will I do if something happens to my father, or where I will go if something happens to my mother. And similarly, it's with the mother. So they don't share if they are not feeling healthy, they are not feeling good. They do not share with each other. Also, and God forbid, if something actually happens and they are really helpless to reach out to them and go into that guilt. So how to deal with those situations?
Right. Some of the situations or some of the questions you are asking, there is no short-term answer. At that point, what can you do? But what can be done is as a build-up. We need to make ourselves emotionally strong. So something happens, yes, you can stabilize yourself much faster and respond to the situation to see what can be done. Okay. One thing is, yes, communication channels, if they are open and they are more profound, more deeper, it's always better than hiding something from someone. अच्छा, मुझे बहुत कुछ गड़बड़ हो रहा है पर मैं बताना नहीं चाहती हूँ क्योंकि वो क्या उनको बुरा लगेगा या वो और चिंता करने लगेंगे, है ना? So in that case, you also see how I can make my mom and dad, or how I can make my children so strong, spiritually, emotionally so strong, that whatever happens, yes, they can go on. And that is the thing about life. We never know what can happen. Who would have thought 3 months ago that we will be caged in our houses by an organism we can't even see? The whole world is in a lockdown, because of the virus. And what is the weight of the entire virus population? Less than 2 grams. Did you know that? So 2 grams of a virus is keeping billions of people stuck. So anything can happen. All we have to do is train our mind, our intellect, our memory, the ego, the identity within us. Train it such that it can be strong, come what may. The ups and downs of life will happen. Life is a roller coaster. But when we have that seat belt, we have the seat belt of the wisdom, of the understanding, of some meditation, pranayam, then we can enjoy the ride instead of getting hassled. Right? Make sense? What else? Chahat, the lawyer, has been quiet for some time.
So, so during this entire lockdown thing, you've been seeing a lot of people say how they're feeling lonely, yeah, akela lag raha hai, and so sometimes there's this setback that comes in, and you don't know what to do about it. Like even that you're not in your best elements, but you're not able to pull yourself out of it with whatever, even with talking to people, or even with everything that people are trying to do to cheer you up. So, what do you do when you're at a place like that?
So having a dog helps.
I have two at home.
Exactly. Isn't it? Yeah. Where's Muffy? Muffy, right? Bring him on screen. Come on. Oh, ho, ho, wow. So let's welcome our new panelist. So what happens? See, Gurudev says it very beautifully. You can read books and books on love, but just spending 5 minutes with a puppy or a small baby can teach you more about love than all that knowledge and all those reading of books, isn't it? Yeah. So having a pet can really lift up your spirits as well, and you can talk to them. Yeah, you can confide in them, and they will love you back unconditionally. They are such good listeners, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. So, yes, sometimes people are not helping out. All right. You have some favorite plants or trees at home. You have a dog or a cat that will also help. And another thing would like to say is keep learning something. When you are learning, when you get into that mode of, yes, I want to learn, you are curious, then there is so much to do all the time. That small little setbacks that life throws at us, yeah, we can take it in our stride. Second, when you're doing something for others, you're involved in some volunteer activity, some community service or some seva, then you have that at the back of your mind always. Yes, how many people can I help? What can I do for others? Because it is said the quickest way to be sad, is what? The recipe for sadness. If you have only half an hour, like how we want everything instant. You want to be sad instantly, quickly. Just sit in a corner and think about yourself. And that is the quickest way to be sad. Now, the quickest way to turn that around, to be happy and to lift your spirits, is think about others. What can I do for others? Suddenly, the whole mindset shifts. So, having some seva activity, some volunteering, yeah, that will also keep your spirits high. Okay. And lastly, to answer your question, Chahat, is keep your energy levels high. If our energy is like, let's say, small, like a bucket of water, and somebody throws a big stone in it, what happens? Half the water will spill out,
Spill out of it.
isn't it? Yeah. But if your prana levels, if your consciousness is as big as a lake, let's say, yeah, a big boulder is thrown into the lake, what will happen? Not much. Some ripples will happen, isn't it? And they will calm down in a minute or so. Yeah. But if in an ocean, even if a mountain falls, yeah, okay, little bit, some more waves will happen. That's it. So how we can increase our prana that way? That requires consistency in our meditation. Every day you sit 20 minutes, yeah, then you see how you become so strong and unshakable. Nobody can snatch or take your smile away. And when the low times come, they will come. You enjoy them also because they are also not going to last much.
Yeah.
Yes, hasn't this happened for all those who meditate? You tell me your stories about last time when you felt sad or down and how you pulled yourself up instead of sliding down.
So, yeah, like you only taught us that whenever we feel down, it's best to go to something that resources you and that makes you feel most like yourself, like the truest form of yourself. So for me, that can be dancing sometimes, where you just lock yourself in the room, burst out the music, so you can't even hear your parents telling you to turn it down.
Or your own
So,
thoughts.
huh?
Or you can't even hear your own thoughts.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. That's amazing, honestly. And then you play some very guilty pleasure song like that Zingat or something like that, and then you dance like your heart out. So that usually just cheers me up in a second. And or it could be also sharing it with a very very trustworthy person who will never bring it up in an argument or will never bring it up to tell someone about you. So I feel like it's very important to know who you trust when you're
Beautiful.
talking about your insecurity.
So very important, as Nikhar said, to cultivate a hobby, yeah, something that you love, a resource, or to cultivate such friendships where you can openly share and know that that will not be used against you in the future. Yeah, and they will not judge you because of that. What else? Arushi, would you like to share something that happened and how you brought yourself out of it?
Yeah, when I'm depressed, I speak to you, and I think that helps me. And even in the professional environment, when I think everything was ending and it was so sad, and so yeah, talking to you has always helped me. Meditating has always helped me, and I think there's a guidance. There's like a guiding force that always pulls me out of difficult situations. मतलब अगर इतने सारे choices होते, इतने सारे, I have like a lot of options, and I can't, choose any one of them. So धीरे धीरे streamline होके, narrow down होके, I always get the best for myself. So yeah, I think that's Guruji, that's you, that's my parents. So all the positivity in my life helps me out.
So you're right. When you meditate and regularly meditate, then that guiding force that is inside, that guiding voice or the intuition becomes also very stronger. Then when you have to make those choices, you know exactly which one to take. What else? Avi, would you like to share?
Yes, Bhaiya. This anxiety thing, as you said, we have like jumbled thoughts and confusion in deciding what to do. So I usually write it in the chat and throw it in front of Guruji's photo. So he literally decides what to do next. Because he says, the blessings are yours and, blessings are mine and decision is yours. It's like that.
Yes.
So that always helps me.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
And in sadness is like literally me sitting in front of his photo and talking. At some point, if I'm very sad, at some point it literally feels that he's literally, we are having a very deep conversation, and it helps.
Wonderful, wonderful. And somebody asked Gurudev, when we are speaking to your photograph, do you get to hear us? In satsang, somebody asked him. And he called for somebody's mobile. And he said, see, when you speak into this instrument, somebody on the other side of the planet can hear you. कोई अमेरिका में बैठा है वो भी सुन सकता है ना. So who has made this? The human mind. Don't you think the human mind is more powerful than what it has made? Yes, the human mind can hear that. An enlightened person can definitely hear. So having a guru in our life can be a huge resource. You can always fall back on. You never fall back on it. You can always move forward to. Yeah, that is the guru. In earlier times in India, the greatest seeking was for a guru. कि गुरु मिल गया, हो गया, काम हो गया लाइफ का, है ना. आजकल भी आप देखो कॉर्पोरेट्स में जाओ, कई लोगों के पास, जो टॉप लोग हैं उनके पास कोच होता है. You go to any of these Olympic players, the top ranked players, they will all have a coach, someone who can guide them. If you play computer games and you're stuck in some point, you're just racking your brain, you don't know how to go ahead, who do you call? Someone who has already crossed that level, isn't it? Someone who is a guru, right? So the word itself has come into the English language now. Guru of marketing, guru of fashion and whatnot. So like that, a spiritual guru having that can be a huge resource. Yeah? So even if they are not physically, that energy is everywhere and you can talk and you can, relieve yourself of your burdens and just pick yourself up. That's wonderful, Avi. Yes, who else would like to share? Yes, Sanket.
Yeah, I wanted to share and ask also. Yeah. Like, I find the basic cause of all this thing is when we face something which is a failure or a no in life. Like I failed in one of my exam, so it was like it should not have happened. I have given my everything. So at that point, I felt very sad and, or you may say, broken up. Right? Knowledge was one thing which helped me overcome it. But when once in this, to handle failure, knowledge was one thing. जो हुआ अच्छा हुआ, जो हो रहा है अच्छा हो रहा है. And over the time, I realized कि yes, this has happened for the good. So we have what can be done, like to digest this failure or so-called no. Whenever I feel the younger generation which is coming up, they have never tasted the flavor of no. Yeah. They always get everything with a golden spoon. They can get it right. Yes. So what is that which should be more careful about?
Right. Very good question. See, this is another thing that parents need to train their children in. That let them fall sometimes. Don't stop. Oh, bacha gir jayega. No, let them fall. Yeah. And then be ready to pick them up. So this fear of falling or failing can stop us from giving our 100% in life. Right? I tell you, the first time I flunked in an exam, I was always a topper in class, at least in my 10th standard. And then I got into IIT. Yeah, the first time I gave my JEE, joint entrance exam for IIT, I didn't qualify. So I took a 1-year gap and I didn't enroll myself anywhere. I sat at home and I studied. Against pressure from everyone, नहीं कहीं तो ले लो, अगली बार भी नहीं होगा तो क्या हो जाएगा? मैंने कहा जो भी होगा देखा जाएगा. Yeah, I put my foot down and I studied. And in IIT, I remember, I think it was the second year, I flunked in one subject. It was like my whole world shook. First time you fail, yeah, and then you get used to it, right? And I think twice I failed. But the first time you fail, it is a problem. Thereafter, you say, "Acha, chalo, theek hai, hota hai." So I always feel that सबको कभी ना कभी थोड़ा failing experience करना चाहिए. फिर आपको उसको handle करने के जो तरीके हैं वो भी अंदर से आते हैं. ठीक है ना? तो एकदम सही कहा. सब कुछ अगर मिल जाए एकदम platter पे, तो फिर वो strength नहीं आती है. That emotional strength doesn't develop in life. And this is what people who are bureaucrats, top industrialists, they are facing this problem with their children. Because सब कुछ मिल गया, है ना? तो emotionally वो strength नहीं develop होता. Something goes wrong, girlfriend said something, they flunked in a subject, that's it. They want to commit suicide, they want to... I really feel sad there, that how can I reach out to these people and strengthen their moral fiber, that spiritual, give them that spiritual strength so that failing is okay. Make failures your friends. We have talked about this in our first book, Ready, Study, Go. Said suicide is not an option. Yeah. And that is where the spiritual education is important and it helps big time. Okay, another few minutes. Do you have anything to share or ask?
Yeah, I have a related question here.
Okay, first Arush.
So this is about suicides, and there's a lot of anxiety in people's minds because either they've lost jobs or people like me who are supposed to have jobs by now, we're just on hold. So, okay, I have you to tell me that sab theek hai, everything is going to be all right, I'll get the best. But a lot of other people, they're not using that strength and they do not have that faith. So how do you assure them ki sab theek hoga? And this is a very difficult time for them because it is very easy to give into suicide. So what do you have to say about that?
Yes.
There are a lot of these heads all confused. And a lot of my own friends, because we were supposed to have our placements in this year, probably we're not even getting it. So a lot of people have this question.
So at these times, have the faith. And Gurudev, Sri Sri Ravi Shankar ji says it very nicely. Have faith in 3 aspects. One is faith in your own abilities, in your own capabilities. That whatever happens, you can rise up to the situation. Yeah? Having faith in ourselves. Faith in the goodness of others. You will never be helpless. There will be people to help you out. Have this faith. And lastly, faith in the invisible Shakti. You can call it God, Divine, Guru, whatever you want to name it. Because doubts also come out about these 3 things. What do we doubt? We doubt our capabilities. Will I be able to do this? Will I be able to get a job? Come on. When you know you are the best, you have the talents, you will be successful. You will move ahead. Yeah, there may be some setbacks. Something like this happens, which nobody could have imagined. Yeah, you may take a few steps back, but since you know how to walk, you can go ahead. Yeah? You have the capability. So, dropping that doubt, having the faith in oneself. Then we doubt the goodness of others. Arey, sab log tule hue hai, mera ye karne ke liye, wo karne. When we go through that mindset, then again it pulls us down. Have the faith in the goodness of others. And have the faith in the divinity. You know how we came onto this planet, each one of us? And I'll tell you one spiritual secret. Each one of us chooses to come. Okay? Our spirit, our energy chooses to take birth with so-and-so parents. Yeah? So we have all chosen to come here. And how did we come? Naked, without any clothes, without any money, without any degrees, because we had the confidence, yes, I will survive this journey on the planet. Right? Totally new place. Not exactly totally, we've been here before, but still, we have come like that. Now, when we have all this and still we doubt ourselves, so what do? We go back to that spirit which has all that strength, which is what brought us here, isn't it? Knowing that, yes, even if everything is taken away from me right now, I know how I can succeed or move forward in life. Got it? Yeah. And that is what is said, how to get Lakshmi. Udyoginam Purusha Simha Upayati Lakshmi. If you are willing to work hard and you have the confidence of a lion, you don't even have to run after success or Lakshmi in any way. Lakshmi will come to you. Are you getting this? So are you willing to work hard, Arushi?
Yeah.
Yes. And you have the confidence
Absolutely.
about your abilities, then you know you will succeed. Doesn't it? Got it? And as you said, I am there to tell you this. You have to become that for other people. Say it in the social media. Say it on whatever channels you can. Because some people are going to listen to you. They may not listen to me. Are you getting this? So some people are going to listen to Chahat only. When she said it, something light bulb will blow, in their heads. So each one of us, we have to do our part. Okay, one last question from Nikhar or sharing.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about anxiety attacks.
Mm-hmm.
So I have in my life, like about 4 times, I've come across a friend or a loved one who's gone through it or who's going through it at that moment. And when they're going through it, they get really breathless, and they just can't think, they can't breathe, they're throwing things around sometimes. I don't know what to do at that point. All I have done so far is just told them to just breathe, just take deep breaths. Because at that point you don't know, because you also get equally scared, but you can't afford to be the one who's scared at that point. So I just wanted to ask what to do.
As a preventive measure, they should learn some breathing practice, be a little regular with their yoga, or they can dance, they meditate. That will be a preventive measure. But when it is happening, then of course something like craniosacral therapy helps. Yeah? You just put a hand on the diaphragm and just let that breathing regulate or come back to normal. It could also happen because of some foods, too much vata in the food, or the vata element goes imbalanced. Yeah, that's when also anxiety is triggered. So there are certain mudras which we learn on the advanced meditation program of the Art of Living, where you can immediately reduce the air element, the vata element, which makes the mind go haywire and the body also become anxious. So these are the few things that can be done. Another thing to reduce the anxiety is triggering the vagus nerve. How do we trigger that? Many different things. One is just keep humming. Just a little humming can trigger the vagus nerve. Or breathing out longer than breathing in can trigger the parasympathetic nervous system and the vagus nerve, and that can calm down a person immediately. So few of these things would be good to have in our arsenal. If something like that happens around you, just guide them and get them out. And once they are out of it, then tell them, okay, now this wake-up call has come. Now take measures so that this does not recur. Yeah, makes sense. That is where it is said yoga. In yoga, it is said heyam dukkham anaghatam. When you are regular with yoga, meaning pranayam, asanas, meditation, then the sorrow or the suffering or the pain that was yet to come can be relieved. Heyam dukkham anaghatam. And that's how we should take our life forward. Yeah? Empower ourselves with the spiritual education. We spend so much time and money, almost 18, 20 years on education, learning about outside. But learning about our own mind, intellect, memory, ego, our spirit, our bodies, this we hardly spend any time, money or effort. This spiritual education can really make us celebrate life. Yes. Final words from Jasleen?
Yeah, just on a lighter note.
Yeah.
So I talk to my friends who are learning astrology. So they make me believe like, no, it's not your problem. It's Jupiter who is doing this.
Yeah.
Or it's something else. So you just feel light. Yeah. It's not me. It's because of Earth or Mars or Jupiter. This is what Gurudev used to say in Narad Bhakti Sutras, that astrology works as a safety wall.
That's true. You can always blame it on the stars. Then you don't get angry on that person. Oh, he's just a little pawn. The real players are up there. Yes. Good. So we need to spread these smiles. Yeah. Each one of us, we can be a lighthouse. Spread the light, spread that positivity, so that what recently happened, or the fact that India has become like a suicide capital. 100,000 people commit suicides. It is sad. Not just they go, but the whole family and their friend circle and their friends, they get affected. We had a suicide in IIT and it affected the entire campus. So how we can stop these things. One of the army generals was a friend of mine, student of mine. He was telling me jokingly that किसी को अगर सुसाइड करना है ना, मेरे पास भेज दो, 2-4 बॉम्ब लगा के उनको चाइना या पाकिस्तान में डाल देंगे, हो गया ना, देश के लिए शहीद हो गए. So don't waste your life. Jokes apart, it is the greatest gift that we have, and we need to nurture it. Nourish it. Okay. Wonderful having you all.
Thank you so much, Priya, for all the knowledge. It was such a small time and itna sara knowledge. And I think it helped each one of us, and it's also going to help everybody who is going to watch this. Thank you so much.
Knowledge comes from your questions and your sharings brings inspirations. Yes? Avi, Jasleen, Dr. Sanket, Arushi, Chahat, Nikhar.
Bye, Priya.
Bye, Priya.